Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new episode of Hospitality as It Is, podcast provided to you by Xenios Academy, the world's first fully gamified training app for you, hospitality professionals. Joining me today is Marco Corallo, Chief Operating Officer of Xenios Academy. Marco, hi.
Hi, Igor. Thank you very much for the introduction, and welcome back to our viewers to Hospitality as It Is, the podcast from hospitality for hospitality professionals. I have the pleasure to introduce the guest of today. He is a very good friend of mine, Francesco D'Arienzo, bar manager at the Blind Tiger in Jumeirah AlNaseem, and also a very seasoned bartender of the Dubai bartending scene. How are you doing, Francesco?
Ciao Marco, very well, and thank you for inviting me over for Xenios Academy. It's a pleasure to meet also you, Igor, and get in there. Let's have a very beautiful conversation over the hospitality and over the academy in general.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. And I think we should start addressing your tan. It looks a very good tan, and I know that you're coming back from a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Where are you coming from?
Yeah, just recently came back from Bali, the beautiful island of God. Time to switch off a bit the works and reset the energy and restart again this beautiful season. As you might know, we are in Dubai, and the season is about to start when we are in between September and October. And so it's a good time to reset the energy and come back with a new optimistic idea and a new developing idea for the bars and for all the hospitality and so on.
And I think is we were talking about just before about how important it is to keep always reinventing yourself in Dubai. You said, unless you keep pace in Dubai, you will struggle to find your place. Can you explain that to our viewers?
Well, actually, as you might know, that I was talking with Igor before as well. The same thing. You need to keep the pace. It's like a race. Okay, so this city, it doesn't stop. It's 24 hours on 7 days a week, and that everybody doesn't know that here that things are going faster than in other city, because there are capital, there are investors, there are company who have to make sure that things has been delivered on time, and they don't ask you how to make it happen. You just have to execute. And this can happen like for a request, for example, in a very main example, huge event, privatization of the venue, and so it comes this event. So you need to create like maybe a bespoke menu of 4 cocktails in like very short time. As can be like, or a brand, a company choose to invest like in your image and you need to shoot a video.
Yes.
Or you need to create a new menu.
Yes.
Or you need to be present in some events. So the city doesn't really stop. You don't really stop. It's 12 hours a day.
Yes.
Full pace on it.
Yeah, that brings back memory. I completely agree with you. And I remember that while creating the cocktail list, and this changed over the years. We were talking about this as well. I arrived first time in Dubai 2011. And now we are 12 years after. And when you created the cocktail lists in Dubai back in the days, or a menu or a food menu, you could run with that menu for quite a long time and still be, riding the wave. But now, as you said, you almost need to create something new every single day.
Exactly. Let's say that when you run a menu, you run for a period of time of 12, 18 months. The difference that we have here in Dubai, that all the raw materials you need to make sure that all year long, all the time are available. It only happened maybe here because everything is like pretty much import. But yes, there are local farmers, there are local entity that they supply you. But yeah, you need to make sure first that all the materials for your cocktail menu are available here.
Yes.
For all year long. Then there is all the side menu that you may create for Negroni week, old fashion week, maybe a champagne day, maybe a mezcal day. So it's always like an evolution. A dynamic. What is your job description? Yes. You're running a bar not only because I opened the bar, cool cocktail. Okay, no, you're running a bar to give always like an offer to your guest.
Yes.
What is happening there? What is happening in Blind Tiger every week, in every month?
Yes.
What the guys are doing? Yes. That's really like cool things of Dubai experience in terms of work. Is always dynamic.
Yes.
It's not the same.
Yes.
You're not going to have the same day every day. There's something coming up.
Yes. And I like that you said, like, you know, what is happening in Blind Tiger, what we are offering to the guests. And this is something that always, I always have a very controversial topic between bartenders. Sometimes bartenders, they say, okay, this is what we're offering and the guest comes to us. Or sometimes is what we have to create for the guests. So how do you balance it, what you want to create and what the guest is looking for?
Well, first of all, I think that you need to create an ambience and a vibe. The first perception of the guest walking your venue, it's not how look beautiful, yeah, it might be, but the perception of that you can transmit to them in terms of vibing, in terms of feeling. All of us, we like to be feeling at home when we go to a bar. Why we go into a bar? We go into a bar to release our maybe stress or long day, hard day, and you want to feel like home. You want to feel like cuddled. Yes. So the ABC of the main rule in a bar is being hospitality, like being is be the host.
Yes, yes.
That's how you might be different than other entity or other bars. That I'm lucky that in Blind Tigers we are like it's a small bar, 100 packs, 120 packs, so terrace and indoor. So it's mainly focused on a cocktail on a daily base. So we try to, and we have a lot of guests in house as well that are coming from the hotel, which we are in Jumeirah AlNaseem. It's 5-star luxury. So our guests are pretty unique, let's say. And so we offer them like on a feeling to be at home. You're feeling like to be in their ambience, in a vibe. That's how we manage to being a little bit different than other bars.
Yes.
It's not a party place. It's actually very cool. It's very good vibe. We have a live band. So live band bring you back memories. So maybe dancing with your wife, with your girlfriend, or with your group of friends. That is super cool homey vibe, yes. And they bring you back in 1920s as well, with all these tigers, prohibitionism, this gate, a little bit of Asian style. So feel you like home,
Nice, very good. And home is a very reoccurring theme in hospitality. We always say we want to make the guests feel at home, and that comes from, of course, the team, right? And we were talking about it. You had a very beautiful career in Dubai, and when I was saying you're seasoned, you came to Dubai to a beautiful bar which was Galaxy, and then you fast track from the bartending position to a management position. So how do you build now as a manager a team that create that vibe? Because it's not just about the drinks, it's not just about the decor, as you said, but it's about the vibe, and that is created by the team. So how you as a manager can impact your team in creating that vibe?
Well, let's say that first of all, it's the main character of the manager that also like reflects on the team. I'm proud to be Italian. I'm proud to have that inner inside to have a little bit of joke on the side to release the pressure when it's needed, and that's the team. It's feeling. Also, we're talking about team. Team, it's not coming from all your nationality, but we need to think that we have. Indian, Nepali, Paraguay, Kenya, Ethiopia. So it's very like how to say global. So everyone has come from a different nationality. So you need to interact in a way that they will follow you. So have like a leadership, being like flexible with them, but at the same time like pointing out maybe some mistake or some. A problem that might happen. Like you need to be like a good friend, and also you need to be like a manager. So it's very hard to balance. And I'm gonna be very honest. Like I think that the hardest part of our job is to find this balance between be a manager and a human being side. And managing the people most probably is the hardest part of your job.
Yes.
So I think that you can transmit your passion to the team, but also they have to. Feel your passion and channeling it into themselves for a future career.
Yes.
And don't look at the hours. It is my main suggestion, because even like on a training and a masterclass that we suggest for the team, you always in 1 hour maybe conversation. You won't get all 1 hour, but at least the 20 minutes most important you will get. So I invite always them to join in a masterclass, to be on the same page, and of course. it's nice. Okay, can you get a coffee? Okay, yes, go ahead. It's like being flexible with them in some way, but in some other way, they need to follow your standard and understanding your vision at the same time.
Yes. Yes.
And it's not easy to channeling all of this in a person.
Yes.
But I'm quite lucky because I have a very beautiful team. They're waiting for me actually after 3 weeks. So,
Nice.
today will be my first day, and I actually have one of the bartenders that have been pushing George, running a competition tomorrow, and
Nice.
for me it's a little bit make myself proud
Yes.
to have like one person that is getting my vision and understanding of hospitality.
Yes, and I think you said that there are two things that I really would love to highlight from what you said. So one is motivation, right? The team needs to get that motivation in to come to work, to create something. So it's not just about the culture that the manager or in general you created in a place with the team, but it's also like a personal development, competition or awards. And then another one is training. You said, I invited them to see a masterclass, which is maybe 1 hour long. And maybe they are not going to get everything from that 1 hour, but they can get like those 20 minutes important. Yeah. And this is a topic that I've been asking myself for the longest period. And this is also something that came to mind when we were creating Xenios Academy. Is like we noticed that the span of attention, including myself, of people in hospitality or anywhere is getting shorter and shorter by the day. And this is because social media and TikTok and all these inputs that we have, our span of attention becoming shorter and shorter. So we need to try to compress information in a way that is easy to digest when we do the training. And also to make sure that it's engaging and fun so that the people could have fun while learning. And this is something that it's probably easier to do in person because you can make it fun with the personality and make it fun. But then our idea was, how do we make a training that is online, so fun at the same time, so that we can offer a tool to your employees, your guys to actually grow and learn, right? So what do you think is, you say it's very hard to find the balance between having them engaged and motivated and fun and at the same time learning. So how would you feel that falls into place in terms of training?
Okay, so the goal to have a training is about have a scheme of the training. I have a platform that it will simplify the training itself. Yeah. World of hospitality, world of the beverage, or world of the cocktail is huge. There are like a lot of book. There's a lot of knowledge, but it can be useful for the team and who wants to be the next bartenders, having like the simple knowledge and like in one chapter. Let's start from the ABC of it. Like what is a gin, what is a vodka, how it's made of, in a very simple way. We're not talking about fermentation. Fermentation is like 10% maybe of the world of bartender that I call them nerd because they know more that you're supposed to know, like they really know a lot. And even me sometimes, I go close, but it's really completely complicated. So having an application that will simplify the step, the procedure, the knowledge, and make you introduction of what are the technique, what is the keyword behind the bar, that will be a plus point.
Yes.
Maybe having, like, of course, some game inside the app or some recurring login that you will learn maybe point, and maybe your company will give you like maybe a dinner for free, or I don't know, a voucher or something else that can be like something that will push the team to joining and learning and proceed with the training every day.
Of course.
I think it's the key. The most, it's being simple.
Yes,
Because when we talk to a guest, the guest is at the bar. Yes, of course, you will find that 20% that they want to know more.
Yes.
You always find. But at the end of the day, the guest wants to have the basic knowledge. You transmit the basic knowledge.
Yes.
Then the complicated knowledge you transmit to someone else which has more involvement inside the bar.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that was a point when the rotary evaporator and the Rotavac was in every bar, in every corner of Dubai. Like we sometimes forget the basic that is the most important, because a guest that comes to Blind Tiger, to any other bar, they are looking for the experience rather than that particular ingredient made with the rotor VAP that they don't even know what it is.
That was back maybe 2010 when was salt, Himalayan salt coming from that mountain, that the research of the most complicated product.
Yes.
I think that, as you said, in Blind Tiger we do offer like a modern cocktail. Mm-hmm. Yes, we do have rotovap, we do have a centrifuge, we do have ultrasonic, we do have a lot of equipment that is at disposal for every bartender who wants to use it, but also for me to create and for our team to create things. And I'll get you on a point that Dubai has a different palate than other city. Mm-hmm. So we look for bold flavors, but we don't need to forget that we are in a country where it's like pretty much all year long 30 plus. Mm-hmm. So you cannot really go like on a smoky and boldy flavors, like heavy flavors, like can be like, I don't know, in a city like London, like something like a Rob Roy twist, or I don't know, some Boulevardier. Yeah, you can do here, but a little bit with, let's say, fruity and sweet flavors. Yes. Because it's hot outside, so you need to have something refreshing. And, you know, the boom of Paloma, and in the past 5 years, all these new sodas and new highballs coming up. Why are so popular here? Because the climate is surrounding you. It's hot. I'd rather to have a highball that refresh me than having like one... maybe Manhattan at 5 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm not in London here. It's not like 3 degrees that is cold and it's something to warm up. It's something refreshing. So regarding through the app, through the academy that you're going to create, it's very important to give to the future bartender tools that they will explain in easy, medium, hard way what is for, like Rota Vapori. It's expensive, not everybody can have it, true. But recently I think the price dropped a lot, so everyone maybe can buy, you know. But it's understand that you can actually create a new flavors from a machine, and you create a new distilled spirit. Yes. You can create an essence, you can create an aerosol, you can clear up a product that actually it's coming now for Negroni Week. Mm-hmm. So I'll create a new cocktail called Macho. So Matcha. Nice. So I redistill an entire Negroni with matcha, and then I keep like the orangey part and the bitter part, by redistilling like bitters and vermouth. Yes. And then I had like gin and a touch of orange liqueur. But the cocktail itself is clear. It's trendy, it's cool. Yeah. But it comes from a research of product, how to redistill and what is the cut of the water. So on a platform, it will be nice to have basic knowledge of what can be all the tools behind the bar. Of course. That's I think it's important. Yes.
No, I completely agree with you. I think when we were thinking about our curriculum in Xenios Academy, what we want to teach, what we want to have in our curriculum, we saw two different major part of hospitality. One is, of course, the product knowledge, which includes, of course, the product and the tools and everything, which is extremely important. But I think another part is as equally important, if not more sometimes, is the personal development side, like the soft skills, something that not many training are focused on. Yep. And I would love to have also you coming from a background of public speaking. And I think in hospitality, when we are public speakers in a way, we are not talking to a large crowd, but we are talking to our guests every single day, and we need to read the guests. So how do you do that? How do you talk to people? How do you convey? For example, we have a beautiful course in our academy called Psychology of Communication. Very important, right? How to communicate with the guest, how to make the guest feel comfortable, and how to read the guest so that you can apply your knowledge differently to different type of guests, right? And I would love to have your input, Igor, on this as well in terms of public speaking, how important it is to read your guests, and then we can go from a hospitality point of view.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit different when you're on a television. I've been working as a news anchor, as a TV host for many, many years, and it really comes down to details. Like when you speak with your guests, you can definitely see the small things that viewers are not going to notice, but you will notice. And this is important if you want to get a good conversation and you want to get a good answer. So you can, notice the way that they look, for example, at you while you're talking to them. So you want to make sure that if you notice they're not really feeling that comfortable, you want to change a little bit the energy in the studio so that it gets better. Because at the end of the day, you also want your guests to feel very comfortable and come to your show again. So tell us, like, how important is that, like, to notice for the hospitality worker to notice these small details in a behavior of a guest,
little cues of the guest.
Right?
and do managers really have time? Like, one of the reasons why we invented Xenios Academy is because we assume that general managers and managers of restaurants and hotels, they sometimes don't really have, realistically, right, enough time to commit to every single person who is working in a hotel or a restaurant. So how much time do you really have as a bar manager to really invest into each employee, teaching them these soft skills that are so important?
Well, there's two important topics here. Is how psychological you can transmit how the guest can behave and how you can talk to the guest. First of all, it's very important to call our people come to the bar, not customer.
Yes.
Customer, they go to supermarket. So this is a key word. The guest is one of the main first thing that I'm teaching to my team, their guest. So the second important thing is I believe that you need to, and you have a very short time. It's like 1 minute to 30 seconds or 45 seconds that the guest in front of you is giving you some signal. There's a guest with a phone. Can I have a gin and tonic? But you see that it's not open for a conversation. So the phone that is holding, maybe it's typing something, it's a signal that for the moment, it just wants a drink. So you stand by a bit. Guest will ask the menu. He wants to know what are you doing. So there are some little aspect that the guest is transmitting to you, and you need to capture them in a very short time. So the guest is opening the menu. He wants to know what drinks are made from, but in a very simple way. What does it mean? That you didn't talk 20 minutes of technique, the time, but in very short time, we call it a sentence. It's like a short sentence of 30, 45 seconds. It can be useful in the platform to describe something. I don't need the story of Negroni. I don't need to tell you the story of Conte Camillo. Yes, maybe. But what is the meaning little bit for? Why? What the reason behind how it's born in the 45-second sentence.
Yes.
And then you have the guests that start looking at all the display around, and you see that them are interested in knowing more.
Yes.
And then when it comes like the technique of upselling as well at the same time. So that's what it's. And then there is like other little fact. A lady stand at the bar, maybe wants to talk with you, or a guy that maybe is having a beer, maybe wants to talk with you. So they give you a signal. You need to be able to capture the signal. What I try to transmit, how to develop this to my team, is make them like a clear example while having the shift sometimes.
Yes.
Because practice, yes, help you. Theory help you, but then practical makes more sense. So it's about anticipate the guest needed. When you have the vision, sometimes bartenders, they're high in the station, but one of my motto, don't look inside the glass, look around the glass. Because all the action doesn't happen in the glass. You know what you're doing. It's your job doing. But the 90%, it's all around. So don't look inside the glass, look all around the glass. The guest might be waving you, the guest giving you eye contact. You need to be like an eagle.
What I would love to finish with you, Francesco, and as we did with all our guests before, you coming from a very beautiful industry, which is hospitality, and this is hospitality as it is. So share with us 2 of your most cherished memory with the guest in hospitality.
Oh, cherished. I think I have a lot at the moment. Something coming up or not coming up.
We can have an extra hour for discussing the topics.
The most funny, I mean, we had a guest that, I don't know, said to me, the challenging one moment, because I really, I need to think about like having a funny moment with the guest. Recently.
Okay.
Oh my God. Bali with the scooter. I'm going to the Old Man, which is like a very popular place. And at some point I'm seeing like, hey, you. Who's calling me? One of my guests at the bar, staying in Bali, drinking beer, like,
Oh, wow.
Like, you don't remember me? Oh, come on, I don't remember you. Let me see you. No, I know you. Like, and we went out that night and having like a drinks and funny time in Bali, like just randomly, like meeting somebody. Like, I don't know, most funny time with the guests are really. I think that there are funny times repeating, but knowing what they're doing, like I met a guy which is a driver for a GT car, and I'm really into. But funny time at all, every moment is a funny time behind the bar. You just need to push the right button, because I guess after 2-3 drinks they open up with you. They start to make a joke with you, and they start to bring their friends with you, and some of them like, oh, we don't go out together. You know that when you go out with them, like you really like, you're gonna have a fabulous time, because the first time is always the most beautiful one, no?
Yes.
It's everything. So every moment, as every hour at the bar counts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to see like some person like, this is really funny. Like, I think that when they come at the bar, you see them 9 p.m. very polite as we are now, very nice, super serious. Like 10:30 p.m. music party on. Okay, give me a shot, give me a coke. Oh, this is my friend. They learn your name, they will call you 100 times. Yeah. I mean, there was like one guy was calling the bartender maybe 200 times in one night, like without repeating.
Wow. Okay.
But it was calling him really in a funny way that all the team was laughing because of this guy calling repeatedly like one of the bartenders and just make a joke with him. Or when it comes to upselling, and the guests, they're going wild sometimes, they ask for expensive, and the bartender's like, looks,
Super happy, yeah.
So,
It's a sense of pride as well,
It's super pride, because you're not going to expect to sell. I mean, here, you change your mentality, so you approach the guests in a different way. But I don't know in Italy if we ever sold like 1,000 euros of shot.
Yeah. Yes.
So there are a lot of funny moments.
I remember opening bottle of wine, and there was this. I wasn't the one drinking the wine, right? But I was opening a bottle of wine that was very expensive, and somehow there was this sense of pride. And I think that relates to doing your job and really love what you're doing.
Yeah.
And when you have the knowledge attached to the passion and attached to the team, that's what makes this place, this hospitality industry special. Like you have the knowledge, you have the passion, and you have a team that supports you, and then you are really happy.
Yeah.
With the little things like opening a bottle of wine or selling a different dish, or like that's what.
One of the most beautiful things happening in Blind Tiger a lot, and we see like maybe a couple, maybe one guy, two guy, or the girls, and after that we see after 1 week maybe there are 4 of them. And then they come after 1 more week, they have 8 of them. Or they're like with 5 different people. So that you make it like, oh, yeah, that's
They feel home, and they bring their friends.
Their friends like
to
to
their
showcase. And when they know you, like, this is my friend Francesco, this is my partner George. Can you make a drink for a special one? It's very, very nice. You appreciate a lot the place that you work.
Yes, absolutely.
Francesco, it was great to have you today, and thank you for bringing this fresh Bali energy to this studio.
You seem like you want to go back.
No, I'm gonna need to use for my my next 12 hours of pushing, as we have a Negroni week ongoing next week. Very important. We achieved it for a bespoke menu on the side. And then we're going to have jazz night for Blind Tiger starting on Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is live music. And then we have another activation. So the season is about to kick off. And
well, good luck with the season. I know how beautiful and challenging it can be.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you'll do great. But thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you to you, Igor. Thank you to you, Marco. And I'll be waiting you at the counter.
Absolutely.
All around the counter, anytime you want at Blind Tiger. So feel free to pop in.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We'll come very soon. It was really great. You see, Mark, this is the reason why we do this podcast. We really want this raw and honest, behind the scenes talks from our guests.
Absolutely.
And thank you for watching us again. And as you know, we'll be back very soon with a new episode of Hospitality as It Is.